financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located in the shopping center between Walmart and Goodwill, or you can call us at 427-4237. Or you can apply online at www.1ffc.com. First Franklin Financial Corporation, NMLSR number 141654, Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
It's tax time, and your tax refund goes twice as far at Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Jesup. I'm Chad Neesmith, and our Double Down event is backed by popular demand. Choose any used vehicle on our lot today, and we'll double your down payment up to $1,500. That's right, turn a $1,500 down payment into a $3,000 down payment instantly. We've got an incredible used car selection on our lot right now. Just in, low mileage pre-owned vehicles under $20,000 are up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. At Neesmith Chevrolet in Jesup, we go the distance to give you every reason to buy your next used vehicle from us. You won't find a better selection, bigger value, or lower price on a used car guaranteed. We give you top dollar for your trade at Neesmith in Jesup. Credit challenges are never a challenge. We get you financed quickly. Come and see us today and double your down payment up to $1,500 on Highway 341 in Jesup and online at NeesmithJesup.com. Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC. Find new roads.
This is Charles Huffman at Jesup Housing Outlet. If you haven't been to Jesup Housing Outlet lately, you're missing out on a large selection of new and exciting floor plans from the nation's top manufacturers like Clayton, Fleetwood, Scott-Built, and Homes of Merit. All of our homes feature modern kitchens and appliances, R60 and higher insulation values, thermopane windows, and energy-efficient heat pumps. We have two locations to serve you, 2452 Savannah Highway in Jesup and Highway 301 South between I-16 and the bypass in Statesboro. Come see Charles, Faye, or Sheridan today.
This is Bill Parker with Parker Insurance and Realty, your locally owned and operated independent insurance agency. We specialize in home, auto, commercial, ATV, motorcycle, and boat insurance. Being an independent agency, we have the ability to find you the best price available to suit your insurance need. At Parker Insurance and Realty, we can help you package your insurance or find the specialty insurance required to get you covered. We are your source for any real estate needs, whether buying or selling, we can help you. Give us a call today so we can discuss your insurance or real estate needs. Parker Insurance and Realty, 265 South Macon Street, 427-9345. That's 427-9345.
Stop creditor harassment today. Stop the worry of a pending repossession, garnishment, or foreclosure. Contact the Bankruptcy Group, Attorney R. Flake Cabinet, for an experienced assessment of your financial situation. They have locations in Brunswick, Hazelhurst, and now Jesup. They are a debt relief agency. They help people file for bankruptcy relief. Contact legal assistant Tanya Blanton at 912-375-5620. 375-5620 to set up your free consultation. Let the Bankruptcy Group do the worrying for you. Now serving Jesup.
Local news on WIFO.
It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, an emergency meeting was called by the Jesup City Commissioners this past Friday morning at 10:30 a.m. Present was the entire board, along with their attorney, Michael Connor, and City Manager Mike Deal, and Mayor David Earl Keith. Topic was coal ash being deposited into the county landfill and the efforts to prevent any more from being deposited into the landfill, and the effort to stop the proposed rail yard by Republic to bring the coal ash into the landfill here in Wayne County. Reason for the emergency meeting was to discuss funding in the battle against Republic, as city and county officials are finding out quickly that in order to fight the issue, the bottom line is it could become very costly, wind up in court, and high-priced lawyers walking away with a lot of cash in their pockets. City and county officials have been having meetings, and what they have been discovering is that if the county takes any action against Republic, their contract with the company could be determined breach of contract, and the company could pull out of the agreement with the county concerning the landfill, and all of a sudden Wayne County either will pay a price to have their garbage hauled somewhere else, or the company could shut out Wayne County altogether and force the county to haul the garbage elsewhere, which could cost deeply, and that cost would go to you taxpayers of Wayne County. So the City of Jesup Commissioners are jumping in to see what they can do to fight the battle of coal ash into the landfill. City's meeting ended with a unanimous vote to step in and take on the battle. None of the commissioners concerned about cost. They state they have never seen the community unified for one cause. That cause is to prevent the coal ash from coming into the landfill. After the meeting, we'll begin with our interview with Jesup Mayor David Earl Keith.
Bob, we did. We got together with the county last Monday and told them that we, as a city, wants to know what we can do to try to help the county in this situation. And our suggestion was, well, we get our attorney with their attorney and start working on it. So what that has happened, and our attorney, Mr. Connor, and the county attorney, Mr. Beaver, got together. They've got some information on it to look at what we can do, maybe to start doing some kind of study to see what we can do. they came up with a dollar amount that looks like that we may need to start looking at what we can do towards this. And so I felt like it was time for us to have a call meeting with the city because this is an urgent matter. This has got to be done by March the 4th on some of this paperwork. So we had a call meeting this morning, emergency meeting. The council voted unanimously, to fund up to, well, they did not put a dollar amount on them, excuse me, but the attorney said that they would need anywhere from $5,000 to $7,000 on our portion. So the city has elected to do that, and that's what we're going to try to do to help litigate some of this information.
It's nice to know a date has been set for the court's meeting, March 16th. They don't have a location yet, but the time's been set at 7, so we just want to make sure that gets out for anybody that wants to come.
Yes, we have. There has been a meeting set with the court for March the 16th at 7 p.m. The location has not been determined as of yet. We hope that all the citizens of Wayne County, citizens of the city of Jesup, come out and help support this fight to see what we can do about the dumping of the coal ash in our community.
And the main reason the city's getting involved is understanding the county, if they take any action at this time, could be voided the contract they signed in 2005, and Republic could pull out of the contract and start charging city and county residents for garbage disposal.
That is my understanding on that. That's still a legal interpretation. The county has a lot of decisions to make with that. That could be in excess of $1.2 million to $1.5 million worth of revenue that they would end up having to pay or lose out there and then have to pay in. So yes, the county is they're going to have a meeting. I'm not sure when that is, but I think there's a couple of groups out there that this money is going to be pooled with from different groups to try to fight this. We may even look at, and I think we're going to look at, from what I understand with the county, is to set up a fund to collect money from the citizens of the community, because this could be a very expensive battle, and we're going to need a lot of assistance.
Okay, Mayor, thanks so much.
Thank you, Bob.
Those comments of David O'Keefe. The county commissioners have called an emergency meeting for this morning at 7:30 at the county commissioners meeting room for the approval of an environmental study, and that meeting taking place this morning at 7:30 a.m. On hand at the city meeting on Friday was County Commission Chairman Kevin Copeland. He addressed the city commissioners, stating to them, at this point in the process, the county board is in a simply bad position.
We, as of right now, we have been told by our attorney, and I would love to have that double checked. I don't mean that in anything, but more opinions I can get, the better, that if we do anything at all, it's like Commissioner House said, if we take any legal action at all, it will void that agreement. And I will say this for the record, and each one of you know me, that I'm not a person that likes to blame previous boards or anything. I don't think they understood what they were doing. But that is, excuse my language, but that is the piss poorest contract I have ever seen in my life. I'm floored that they ever signed anything like that. And you can put me on the record and I'll tell every one of them. But guys, where the county's at right now, and I want, if Derby, if you write this, if Bob, you write this, and I want our citizens to know, it has nothing to do with investing this $5,000 to $7,000. I personally, if it goes forward, as a citizen, am going to give some to this cause. But we have been advised by our attorney that any action will violate that Republic. As soon as we take any action, Republic can violate that agreement. That means all citizens automatically will be paying for trash pickup. That means we'll have to have an emergency meeting. That means everybody's taxes are going to skyrocket.
Those comments of Chairman Kevin Copeland. The date for the meeting with the Corps of Engineers has been set. Again, Wednesday, March 16th at 7 p.m. Location is still to be determined. This is just one of the steps in the process of hoping to stall or prevent the construction of the rail yard by the landfill. City Attorney Michael Connor outlined a three-step process to battle with Republic. When we come back, we'll hear from the City Attorney as he gives the City Commissioners the three layers of the process to battle this coal ash issue in Wayne County. And we'll be back with that after these commercial messages.
Attention pet lovers, the Trade Mart out on 301, directly across from the drive-in, carries an entire line of animal and pet feed, dog food, horse feed, chicken feed, rabbit feed, hog feed, cattle feed, goat feed, and the list goes on. We also have an animal health items as well. Dog wormer, flea pills, horse wormer, ivermectin, red cell, muscle up, and rooster booster pellets. You hunters feeding your deer for late season hunting, we have a 50-pound bag of corn to $7. That's right, 50 pounds, $7. So if you have a farm or just an adorable pet lover, come see us. The Trade Mart, the best kept secret in town.
This is Charles Huffman at Jesup Housing Outlet. If you haven't been to Jesup Housing Outlet lately, you're missing out on a large selection of new and exciting floor plans from the nation's top manufacturers like Clayton, Fleetwood, Scott-Built, and Homes of Merit. All of our homes feature modern kitchens and appliances, R60 and higher insulation values, thermopane windows, and energy-efficient heat pumps. We have two locations to serve you, 2452 Savannah Highway in Jesup and Highway 301 South between I-16 and the bypass in Statesboro. Come see Charles, Faye, or Sherida today.
You can save, baby, save at the F-150 sell down on now at Woody Folsom Ford Baxley. Nearly 70 new 15 F-150s selling down at big time savings. The 16s are rolling in like Gunga Din, so that means one thing.
These 15s has got to go from here. We got factory rebates up to $47.50 on these 15, and that's before we talk. Get a Woody Folsom deal on the world's best-selling truck.
Hey, there ain't nothing to it but to do it, so talk to us.
Click us online at WoodyFolsomFord.com. Why shop a limited selection when you can choose from nearly 500 new Ford cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers? The F-150 sell down is buying time, baby.
Hey, we got the trucks.
Better get to Baxley and talk to us. Get up to $4,750 cash back before you talk to Woody.
There you go. Get in here and let us earn your business.
Woody Folsom Ford, 341 West in Baxley, USA.
We continue with Friday's city emergency meeting called by the city commissioners. City Attorney Michael Connor outlined the 3 steps that will be available to the city and county if they are to fight the issue of coal ash being brought into the county landfill. Connor says the first step is to fight the issue with science, hiring experts in their field of geology, biology, and hydrology. That's what the city commissioners agreed to do at the meeting on Friday. Connor says hire those experts to make the case for you with the Corps of Engineers. He says the second phase is to document the prior to contamination of the spill at the landfill site and present that to the EPD. And they stated the first 2 phases fail. The final and third phase, of course, is the most costly phase, litigation. Connor says he wasn't recommending anything to the council. That's the council's job to decide what direction they opt to choose. But here was the city attorney, Michael Connor, Friday morning, outlining the 3 stages of the battle for the government officials to decide.
The way these processes work is there's really 3 things going on. You've got a Corps of Engineers process, and the only reason why the Corps is involved is because there's a wetlands issue. It's jurisdictional wetlands as defined by the Clean Water Act, and I won't bore you with all that mumbo jumbo. So the Corps is involved. The applicant here requires a permit to construct a rail facility, and that's why the Corps is involved. The Corps has a fairly well-developed permitting process, and I think Ms. House, you and I have talked about this at great length. And at any rate, anyone who is interested in the permit, either for or against, can provide comment. Now, comment in front of the Corps ain't you writing a letter saying, we don't like this. That's a bunch of junk. What the Corps looks at is empirical evidence and science. They actually have scientists on staff. They actually have folks that review all these things, Ms. Armstrong, for them. So if you want to make a presentation to the Corps, either for or against, you actually engage relevant scientists to do that. In this particular case, because you are dealing with wetlands, there would be a geologist that would be involved. There would be a botanist that would be involved due to the Endangered Species Act issues that are presented. And there may be a hydrologist involved. But at any rate, there are folks that do this. And I mean, this isn't something that we're creating. This is done every day. And in fact, the Corps permitting process itself actually requires the applicant to submit these kinds of certifications. In other words, and in this case that happened, they have to actually submit certifications as to these various different criteria, a certification from an engineer as to this, that, and the other. So you've got the opportunity to present competing evidence. And that's what the comment period before the Corps is for. So the first process that you have is a Corps of Engineer process, and that's one of the things that's going on here. And there's some things that you can do to ask the Corps to look at this more closely, and the way you do that is through science. And again, these are people that are routinely engaged for this kind of purpose. The second thing that's going on here, there is a prior contaminant release at the site. There are fairly substantially heavy volumes of arsenic, and I've got a service in Atlanta that's making a copy of the EPD file that is an arcane Byzantine system in Atlanta to get a copy of the EPD file. They only let you make 100 pages a day. But there is a regulation that if you send somebody up there with a scanner, you can scan the whole thing at one time. So this is how Byzantine that is. So I've scanned that cat before, and we're in the process of scanning it. So I should have that file for you all sometime early next week, and you can read for yourself, what's in the water out there, and you can read for yourself about the arsenic levels, beryllium, and that kind of thing. So there's an EPD process. In this particular case, there is a permit already for the landfill. There is an opportunity under the current EPD regs for the permit to be reviewed, given a prior particulate release. So that's a potential process that's available to you. And of course, if all else fails, you've got a litigation process. Now, most of the time, folks, in a Corps permit, that kind of litigation works totally differently than does a normal lawsuit. The Corps will take one of 3 actions. They either say thumbs up, go for it. It will say thumbs up, don't go for it, or half a thumb up. which means we'll let you do it, but we're going to impose all these different conditions, et cetera. Very oftentimes we have clients that are very pleased with the middle of the road approach because they get the Corps to make the applicant impose a number of different restrictions on what they propose to do, and it can increase the level of safety, to the public and to the environment, based upon the additional conditions that they impose. So there's really three different, outcomes before the court. If there is an argument that can be made that if they were to oppose this project, it would constitute a breach of the operations agreement. Now I'll tell you, there's provisions in that operations agreement that it doesn't really matter how the permit gets stopped. The Republic can walk away from the deal.
Even if we do it?
Even if we do it, even if the man in the moon who owns 52 acres next door to them, it's in the contract. Ms. Calvin, where's that document?
And once again, those are the comments of City Attorney Michael Connor this past Friday. Figures were discussed on Friday for the scientists and their work in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $7,000 litigation. Another whole ballpark as the county learned in their litigation against Rayonier. WIFO family continue to follow the story as it develops. Again, the important date for concerned citizens, again, March 16th, 7 p.m. As soon as we get the location, we'll pass that along. But the terms of the agreement that the county passed and agreed to in 2005 is very specific. It states as follows on page 8 of the contract. It says, quote, because Republic owns the property on which the Broadhurst landfill is located, if Republic cancels the contract, Wayne County will no longer have an agreement in place in which it can dump its waste into Broadhurst landfill. This will leave Wayne County without a place to dispose its waste. That's the issue the county commissioner is dealing with, and hopefully making that crystal clear to its residents and constituents who, if Republic took such an action, will be holding the bill and the cost to dispose of its county waste, which adds up to about $1 million per year. Once again, the county's called an emergency meeting today. That gets underway at 7:30 this morning. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor and other commercial messages, so please stay tuned.
Attention mattress buyers. The Trade Mart out on 301 carries every size mattress that one could want. In stock, every day, twin, full, queen, king, even bunkies for your bunk beds. Twin, starting at $179 for the set, all the way to a king set starting at $349. That's right now for the sets. So if you're needing a mattress for a great price, come see us at the Trade Mart or call us at 427-6966. That's 427-6966. If you snooze, you lose, but don't lose on a snooze that you paid too much for.
Reasons to buy your Nissan car, truck, or SUV from Crosby Nissan in Waycross? Reputation, reliability, trust, price, a great selection. They guarantee the highest rated allowance of any other dealer. Georgia's oldest Nissan dealer, Crosby. A name you know and trust, now in their third generation. Crosby can and will save you money. Nissan, innovation that excites. Cars, trucks, SUVs, Nissan's got anything you need, and Crosby's got the entire Nissan line at the price you want to pay. The right financing and top dollar for your trade-in.
I'm Tara Crosby Morrison. Come find out why we're Georgia's oldest continuous Nissan dealer. Nissan's dependability, style, and price have made them among the top-selling vehicles in the world. Not many brands can make that claim. Come take a test drive and let us give you a deal that's really a deal on a Nissan car, truck, or SUV of your choice. Saving you lots of money has been a family tradition for 59 years.
Crosby Nissan, Highway 1 South in Waycross.
It's a Crosby family tradition.
It's refund season, America, and now when you come into Block, you get a chance to win $1,000. 1,000 people win $1,000 every day at Block. Walk in to win.
No purchase necessary. For rules and alternate method of entry, visit hrblock.com/grant. Open to legal U.S. residents age 18+. Enter January 4th through February 15th. 32,000 total winners. Void where prohibited. Not everyone gets a refund.
Make an appointment with our Jesup office at 912-427-7769 and celebrate refund season with H&R Block.
Final notes and news. Don't forget the community blood drive today at the Calvary Baptist Church Gymnasium from 2 to 7 p.m. The Jesup Shriners Ladies Auxiliary are sponsoring the event. Again, that's 2 to 7 p.m. at the gym at Calvary Baptist Church, 411 East Cherry Street. If you have the chance to give the gift of life, give a pint of blood. Again, they state your one donation could save up to 3 lives. City commissioners have to meet tomorrow. They have a public hearing at 5:30 to discuss wastewater treatment plant capacity increase. Then at 7 p.m., the items on their agenda under old business, discussion of the coal ash update, new business discussion of Classic Cruiser annual car show with Mary Lou Drury, discussion of drainage ditches in District 1 with Frank Ross, discussion on the audit report with Chris Harris, awarding of the 2016 LMIG contract with Bill Schuman, discussion of annual report on Jesup Police Department Chief Glenn Takaki, approval of bid 3 police package sedans with Chief Takaki, and discussion of fine for illegal dumping with Commissioner Harris. Items with the city manager, items with the commissioners, items with the mayor, all that tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And also, don't forget this weekend, the Wayne County Hog Jam set for February 19th to the 21st. The focus of hog hunters will be in Wayne County this weekend. Once again, hunters will be allowed to hunt anywhere it's legal in the states of Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina. 5-state hunt begins at 2 p.m. on Friday, February 19th, and Sunday, February 21st at 2 p.m. Registration for the hunt will close at 6 p.m. on February the 16th. Registration is $50 for bow or gun hunters and $200 for a dog team up to 4 hunters. Teams of 6 will be allowed, with each additional team member paying $50 to hunt. Children under 16 can hunt free with their registered paid adult. All hogs must be weighed into the J.C. Fairgrounds on Sunday, but participants can hunt anywhere in these states they have legal permission to do so. Tournament has a payout of $8,000. Registration forms are available this week at the depot or at Odom Scriven City Halls, online at active.com. If you need more information, you can visit the website waynetourism.com or simply call the Tourism Board office at 427-3233. Again, the 2016 Wayne County Hog Jam set for this weekend, February 19th through the 21st. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Coming up in sports, the girls win the region championship. We'll have that and more in sports. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morganson, have a great day.
You've been listening to local news on WIFO.
Advanced Healthcare Center and Spine Institute in Jesup is your complete wellness clinic, serving Wayne County and the surrounding area for over 25 years. Advanced Healthcare combines excellent medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, acupuncture, and massage therapy providers working together as a team to get you well and enjoying life as soon as possible. They have state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment options on site.